Hey there friends, welcome to the channel. My name is Sohum and I'm on a mission to spread peace, love, and positivity through music. Today I'll be reacting to Harry Chapin. For the very first time, we're going to be hearing the song Sniper. Now, I don't really know much about Harry, but I do know a little bit of the backstory on the song Sniper, and it is a serious song, so I'm going to treat it with the seriousness that it deserves. And since I don't really know Harry, I don't know what to expect musically, but the entire point of my channel is to discover new music and to deep dive into those rabbit holes. So for that reason, I'm super excited to check this out today. Before we do jump in though, a massive thank you to Jason the Fearless, whose generous support made this reaction possible. And Jason dedicates this reaction to I assume, humanity's love and understanding that we are in so desperate need of these days. It's one of the reasons why I preach peace, love, positivity on the channel, because there's simply not enough of it out there. But yeah, let's jump into this.
Here's a song that I could probably talk about for 2 weeks, but I'm not going to burden you, and hopefully the story and the words will tell it the way it should be.
Oh, I like that. Oh, wow. Those are vocals in the back. Ooh. Very melodic.
It is an early Monday morning. The sun is becoming bright on the land. No one is watching as he comes a-walking. 2 bulky suitcases hang from his hands. He heads towards the tower that stands in the campus. He goes through the door, starts up the stairs. The sound of his footsteps, the sound of his breathing, the sound of the silence, but no one was there.
Oh, we got the call and response from them.
I did not really know him. He was kind of strange. Always sort of sat down. It never seemed to change. Oh.
See, in the background you hear this consistent, I guess on violin it's called strumming. I know on guitar it's strumming, but what is it? Just back and forth on the violin. It's creating this very interesting, lateral texture through the mix of this song.
Always sort of sat down. It never seemed to change. Oh. Oh.
That's beautiful.
He reached the catwalk, he put down his burden. The four-sided clock began to chime. 7 a.m. The
Wait,
day is
where is that coming from? Is that coming from the cello, that sound, or is that the electric guitar?
7 a.m.
The electric guitar,
the
right?
day is beginning. There's so much to do, so little time.
Oh, and I guess this is a cello, not violin, that I was hearing.
Had known him. He looks at the sky when no one looks down. He looks at his life and what it had shown him. He looks for his shadow, it cannot be found.
Because he is his shadow? You could take that line a couple different ways.
Hard to touch. Even as a baby, he never smiled too much. No, no.
Huh.
No, no.
So far my understanding is we have a strange man with a briefcase, and he didn't have the best childhood, which are all hallmarks for something bad to happen potentially. And the song being called Sniper, it makes me think of a lot of different things given the modern climate and recent happenings that happen all too often in the United States. We'll see if that's what it becomes.
Oh, no. No, no. You bug me, she said. You're ugly, she said. Please hurt me, I said. But she just sat there with the same flat stare that she says to me alone when I'm home.
Wow.
When I'm home.
Whoa, these haunting vocals.
He laid out the rifles and loaded the shotgun, stacked up the cartridges along the wall.
Stacked up what along the wall? Cartridges.
Stacked up the cartridges along the wall. He knew he would need them for his conversation. If it went as planned, then he might use them all.
If it went as it planned, he'll use them all. So he's... Oh, God.
If it went as planned, then he might use them all.
Oh, yeah, he's intending to do what we expect.
She said, listen, you people, I've got a question. You won't pay attention, but I'll ask anyhow. I've found a way that will force you to answer. Been waiting to ask you till now. Right now.
Oh.
Am I am the lover who's never been kissed. Am I am the fighter who's not made a fist. Am I?
Wow.
If I am alive, then there's so much I've missed.
Wow.
How do I know I exist?
Wow, I love these lyrics. This is so profound because it's like exactly the mindset of somebody who would commit like terrible atrocity, because a lot of these people, they, in their manifestos and memos, and even when they are speaking publicly, they claim that they never felt like they existed. What was that movie? The Joker movie? That's one of the things that, not to spoil it, but Joker was saying is that people just walk right all over him. He doesn't exist. If I were to do any of these things, would you even care? I've never existed. I've never experienced things. Am I here? Or do you guys understand me? And humans, we're social creatures. We crave belonging, love, and understanding. It makes sense, Jason, why you dedicated this reaction to love and understanding, because it is so necessary, and not just as a deterrent to horrible crimes and atrocities that people commit, but because it brings humanity together and makes us better than the sum of our parts. Oh, Lord.
I know I exist.
And you cry out. Yeah.
Are you listening to me? Are you listening to me?
Oh, he's getting angrier.
The first words he spoke took the town by surprise. One got Mrs. Gibbons above her right eye. It blew her through the window, wedged her against the door.
Oh.
Reality poured from her face, staining the floor.
Wow. Reality poured from her face, staining the floor. That's one way to put it. Jesus.
Reality poured from her face, staining the floor.
Oh, Lord.
He was trying to creep me, sort of a dunce. I met him at the corner bar, but I only dated the poor boy once, that's all. Just once. That was all. Bill Whedon was questioned as he stepped from his car. Tom Scott ran across the street, but he never got that far. Police were there in minutes. They set up barricades, but he spoke right on over them in a half-mile circle in the dumbstruck city. His pointed questions were squeezed. He knocked over Danny Tyson as he ran towards the noise. And just about then the answer started coming. Sweet, sweet joy. Button in the clock face, winding off the walls, reaching up to where he sat there answering calls.
Oh God, what's happening? My screen? Is this part of the video? I guess so.
37 people got his message so far. Yes, he was reaching them right where they are.
Oh my god. And you can even hear the music is growing with intensity, and I'm feeling more anxious as I'm listening.
They set up an assault team. They asked for volunteers. They had to go and get him. That much is clear. And the word spread about him on the radios and TV. The appropriately subalterns they asked, who can it be?
Don't know why the captions were doing that.
He was a very dull boy, very taciturn. Not much of a joiner. He did not want to learn. No, no. No. They're coming to get me. They don't want to let me stay in the bright light too long. It's getting under now. It's going to be soon now. But oh, what a wonderful song.
What a metaphor.
Mama, won't you nurse me? Rain me down the sweet milk of your kindness, Mama.
And it feels like in some moments he's taking the perspective of the sniper, singing out, crying for the love that he probably should have received as a child, and it's manifested now in violence and like a literal, it's in a weird sense a cry for help, but it's so devastating and cataclysmic. It is final. It's terrible. And there's nothing to be done, and it's just tragic all around. Oof. These situations, I've looked into a lot of criminal psychology, especially when I was in my undergrad, just because I found it very interesting. I took a criminal psych course, and it's death by 1,000 strokes, or cuts, I guess you could say. You don't start this way. It's a lifelong journey of tragedy after tragedy, depravity after depravity, violence, all of the above, and then some. Loneliness mixed in. I mean, there's so many influences nowadays that it's like very scary, I can imagine, just to be a parent, because you definitely don't want negative things happening to your child, but you also don't want your child to become a force for evil either. And I truly believe that, honestly, a lot of the problems come with the way we are parenting, the way we're understanding how to love one another, lack of understanding what empathy is. That's just my own naive perspective. I'm sure more seasoned voices, they could say something different, but that's just how I feel. It's terrible.
Rain me down the sweet milk of your kindness.
A little more kindness goes a long way.
It's getting worse for me. Won't you please
and the
make
cello.
me warm and mindless, Mama?
He's like crying out to
Yes,
her.
you have cursed me. I never will forgive you for your blindness. I hate you. The wires are all humming for me, and I can hear them coming
Wow.
for me.
And the rapid
So they'll be here, but there's
strumming.
nothing there. Not anymore, though they blasted the door.
I have goosebumps, Jesus.
As the copter dropped the gas, he shouted, "Who cares?" They could hear him laughing as they started up the stairs. They stormed out on the catwalk, blinking at the sun, with their final fusillade. His answer had come. Am I? There is no way that you can hide me. Am I? Though you have put your fire inside me. Am I? You've given me my answer. Can't you see? I was.
I will be. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. You have to go to a dark part of your mind to be able to even perform a song like this, let alone compose it, write it, arrange it, do all of the above, and think about the mind of somebody who would do such a terrible thing. And I love the last line because in the beginning, he's asking the question, he's begging the question, do I even exist? And at the end, he's declaring, he's crying, he's screaming out, no, now I will be. I will exist. I will be. Oh my God. And when he's crying out for his mom, for his mother's kindness, and then he's not receiving it, and then it switches once and for all to anger and hatred. Again, death by 1,000 cuts. It didn't start that way. Years of terrible moments of neglect, lack of love, brought him to this point. So in a sense, it humanizes the situation of the sniper, but they should not be. Like, that doesn't mean they're not responsible for the terrible crimes they committed and the evil that they bestowed upon the world. Everybody else now is suffering. And I remember this quote from, God, that's going to be cringy, but I think it's The Dark Knight. It's my favorite movie. And Alfred says, a child will burn down the village to feel its warmth if, they're neglected, basically. And I think about that quote, I love good quotes in general, but I think about that quote from time to time, especially when it relates to people who have been neglected and lash out, right? They can be bullies, they can be murderers, killers, robbers, in this case, mass murderers. These people have been hurt so many times and neglected by the people that are meant to love and understand them. They feel like there's no other recourse but to enact immense amounts of violence on others so that at least they're recognized and they can punish those who neglected them as a child and even into adulthood. And I don't dare say that this is like some cosmic punishment or karma that is deserved on society. I definitely think that would be a crazy statement to make. But it definitely re-emphasizes the fact that we need to be better to everybody. A little kindness, a compliment, small things like that go a long way because you never know what somebody else is going through mentally. People are dealing with different depressions and moments of anxiety, anguish, fear, like anything you could really name that would be maladaptive or suboptimal for the individual will spill over into broader society. If we're kinder to each other overall, we display peace, show love, and remain positive as a virtue, as a value that you hold dear to yourself. My science experiment would tell me that we would experience a safer, more beautiful, and loving world. That is the counterfactual that I want to see. That's kind of the whole point, or at least one of the big major points of my channel, is again to spread peace, love, and positivity, because there is a distinct lack of that. And I have the vision of the world that has more of this, and it's a better world. Those are my 2 cents. I hope you enjoyed the reaction. I would love to hear your thoughts, so please leave them in the comments below. But as always, my friends, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Be kind to one another and yourselves. Take care, my friends, and peace.